What's my favorite hotel in Vegas? I haven't frequented enough hotels in Vegas to be erudite on that subject. I think that probably the Bellagio is the prettiest, right?
Yes, it
Right.
was.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love the questions. That one was so completely female, wasn't it? And you were in Italy, and which Bellagio, and which hotel? It's so female. I do adore hotels, don't you? Women love hotels, and men really don't. Unless, of course, they're there illicitly. Oh, they're laughing. Yes.
Buongiorno, signora.
Buongiorno. Cosa fai?
Vieni tu.
Bene, va bene.
Va bene. One New Yorker to another, we love you as
Thank
much as
you.
you love New York.
Thank you very much.
I miss you on Broadway.
Thank you.
Another thing is this here. What is your take on having to follow Shatner, Stewart, Avery Brooks, and so much into your character as Janeway?
What's my take?
Yeah, as far as how was it difficult to follow?
Yeah, you're asking that.
Yes.
As you should, because you're a man. No. Totally
Touché,
fair.
touché.
Oh, please, totally fair. And I think he's asking it out of the goodness of his very manly heart. Men are interested to know, was I daunted? Was I thrown? How tough was this? It was tough. Of course. Don't forget, I was blown out of a cannon. They offered me the role on Thursday. I went to work on Monday. I had not watched Trek, which stood me in very good stead. Patrick Stewart greeted me at craft service in the first day, and he said, "Listen to me, my dear. If you commit 150% to this over 7 years, you give it everything you've got, you should leave this soundstage very proud indeed, as I have. Good luck. I'm out of here." You know, if you really want to talk sort of basic and a little bit dirty, those guys didn't have hair problems, did they? They weren't besieged and beleaguered by all of those things. I was quite understandably nervous, but I was very excited. I knew that this was a chance in a lifetime. I knew that it was groundbreaking and history-making. I knew that Paramount was displaying a certain kind of prescience, a great kind of ideological courage. To put me, a female, in the captain's seat would resonate, I knew, for years to come, as indeed it has. And so I think the privilege and the honor, which I repeat, superseded any other feeling I may have had. And I just said to myself, I am not going to give less than 150%. And I never did. So does that answer your question?
And a job well done. Mille grazie,
Thank
signora.
you. Thank you. Ciao, bello. Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
When people talk about you personally, they always describe the presence that you just seem to exude and your natural ability to be a leader. And I was wondering, is this something that you've developed? Is it something that comes natural? And what advice would you have for aspiring female leaders?
Aspiring female leaders?
Yes.
Well, you are... Oh, how do I say this? I suppose it could be acted, but not well. It's an inherent quality. Leadership, I think, command. That's what we're talking about. Strength of personality. I am the oldest of 8 children, the oldest girl. I have an older brother, which put me right in the catbird seat when it came to bossiness. Do you understand? I was telling those little squirts what to do from day one. So that segue to Voyager was rather natural. I am a little bossy. And I also understood as a very young actress in New York at the age of 16 that if I weren't strong and I weren't tough, I was not going to succeed. It was a boys' club, a man's world, the world of the theater, the world of television and film then. And I think I cultivated it, I nurtured it, and I sustained it. And I'm glad I did. Or I probably would have taken many more knocks than I have. So I think you just have to say, it's yours, and you own it. No fear. What is there to be afraid of? We're all going to die. You know, it's that Shawshank Redemption thing, isn't it? I always thought about that when I was playing Janeway. Get busy living or get busy dying. And I wanted to live. This is my life, my shot. I'm going to do it. Yes, sir.
Hi, Kate.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you. First of all, a friend of mine who absolutely adores you, like I do, his name is Justin, could not be here today, and he wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Second, my question is, we spoke with Denise Crosby and Terry Farrell earlier today a bit about...
Hasn't Terry Farrell grown into the most beautiful? She always was. But what a great beauty she is, huh?
She is.
I saw her
She
backstage. Elegant. Gorgeous. Yes.
She's amazing. We talked to them about the role of women in Star Trek,
Yeah.
and there's a huge difference between the 10 to 20 years between you guys on the screen, and your role as Catherine Janeway, being very commanding, very assertive. And I was wondering if you thought Star Trek got there, or if Star Trek still has far to go with representing women equally.
Yeah, sure it does. But I was a pretty good start, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were
In
great.
fact, I was talking to Renee Aubergenois about this very thing last night, the glass ceiling, which is an old feminist expression. And by the way, I am not a feminist. I am an independent woman. No labels, right? So the whole thing about women is really me being passionate about the craft of acting. There needs to be the same kind of respect for women as there is for men. And in Star Trek, which is military, they need to put other women in positions of command without putting too fine a point on their sexuality. I think it's clear that I'm a woman, right? It needs to be just let alone. I think that that's probably the next step. I would say the same thing for homosexuality. We've transcended race, thank God, but I would say the same thing about a gay character in command. It's time. Oh, yeah. It's past time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Woo! Let's hear it for Kate Mulgrew. Come on. Woo! Let me tell you, I loved you from the time that I first saw you. Now, let me ask you a question.
All right.
I would clap for you, but as you can see, I only got one arm.
How did that happen?
Well, I tell you, I have a farm.
A farm?
And lots of chickens. And one time, man, them chickens was madder than a get-go. So I went out there, and they attacked my arm, and they chewed it off.
What are you talking about?
Now, hold on now. Now it's my turn to ask the question.
All right. I'm a little scared of this guy. Yeah, what's your question?
My question is this. Now, I heard that you work with that Eddie McClotlick. And I know he's over
Yes, I did. And you want to know something about him?
And I know he's over in the vendor's room.
Yeah, Eddie McCluck.
Now, he's a fine young man. Is that
I
not
can
true?
usually smell him a mile away.
I don't know what you're
And I
talking
got me a bad leg, son, so I'm coming over there.
I don't
I'm
know.
going to give a you
Don't
good
come no closer now.
once
Don't
over.
come no closer.
You come on over here. You come on over here. You come. Ow! Eddie McClintock. You are so bad. You scared me.
Thank you.
I was going, what is this guy talking about? Chickens ate his arm? Where did you get that belly? I just left you a couple of weeks ago. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a superb actor. We had 4 episodes of unprecedented, unparalleled fun. Was it great?
Yes, it was fantastic. And after meeting Kate, it took me 5 minutes to tell her my entire life story, because she is that kind of person that, she's so incredibly open that just one of the most remarkable ladies I've ever met. So thank you for having me up.
And I told them a little bit about the 4-episode arc, but I told them there was a mystery, and I told them that there was a wonderful surprise, and that is true, isn't it?
Yes.
So tune in. This guy is terrific. I love you. I'll come and see you at the table. Are you here till tomorrow? Eddie, are you? Oh, you don't. He doesn't drink. Okay. All right, sweetie. Actors. Did you see me? I thought this boy going to come after me if I don't start moving off the stage. Huh? He's a wonderful guy. Fabulous actor. Yes, is young man or young lady? Are you together, you two? No. Sweetheart, what is your question? Are the lights on for a reason? Does it mean something? Oh, you want to see me? Is that what you said, or see Eddie? It's the story of my life. Yes, darling. What's your question?
Well, first I just wanted to say thank you because as soon as I started watching Voyager, you just became an incredible role model for me. And I just really wanted to say thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're just
Thank
awesome.
you. All right. How old are you?
12.
Are you 12?
Almost 13.
12 is exactly the age I was when I decided to become an actor. It's a very important age, isn't it? And you've got all kinds of stuff going on in your mind, don't you, sweetie pie? You got all kinds of conflicts and insecurities and dreams and passions. Just understand one thing, this shall pass. It's very hard to be 12, and very soon you will be free. So keep your eye on the sparrow. Figure out what it is now that you want to do, and keep your eye on the sparrow. And don't worry about boys, okay? Believe me, there's plenty of time for that. Do you have a question for me, darling?
Well, and I was wondering what you thought the most important thing about playing Captain Janeway is, or was.
Playing her well. Playing her with dignity. Playing her in a way that would be remembered as an uplifting, elucidating, and important chapter in Star Trek history. You know, you don't very often get handed on a platter this kind of a role. And I was 39 years old when they offered it to me, and I understood it. It was big. And I thought to myself, you know, this is a diamond. So I was almost excruciatingly aware of the responsibility, and I hope that I have delivered. Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you. Eye on the sparrow. Don't think about boys. Go forward. She's saying flag on the play. Does that mean the end? Or can I take one more question?
Please, one more.
Yes, one more question, and then I will finish.
Kathleen, I love you, and I loved you in Cheers when you were, manipulating and conning Sam. And I loved it because that's what
When
he
I was
do-
seducing Sam,
Seducing
those were the days. Ted Danson. Yes.
Because that's what he was doing to women all the time.
Oh, yes, I know.
Anyway, my question is, there was 6